Hi everyone. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about something that happened a couple of days ago now with Shuri. She well I think I'd noticed something was going weird with her eyelashes for a little while. But a couple of days ago, one of them was basically moved completely off of her face, pretty much, and was like hanging on by just the end. So I had to get her fixed up. Basically, my mum, she's not a doll artist. She did the best that she could with it. We took the eyelash off completely because it was pretty much detached anyway. And we fixed it with glue. But it's an imperfection now. It's not the same way that it was, and that's okay. Like, stuff happens, you learn from things. And I was thinking about why it could have happened and what, like, I could have done wrong. Because I realized I've had issues with eyelashes on all three of my Ashton Drakes. Now, if it was Abby and Shuri, I would think it's probably just completely my fault. It's probably something I'm doing wrong. And there is probably, I mean, it's easy done with eyelashes. Like, all it takes is just too hard of a tug over a doll's head, and you can start to make their eyelashes and stuff become dislodged. So it could be possibly that, because I have had like t-shirts and stuff for Shuri. Like with Abby, I know one side was, I took her out the first day and I was like holding her too close into my chest to try and hide her face from the sun, because this was before I had my car seat or anything. So I wanted to take her out with me, but I was holding her too close, and I think my body was rubbing too much against the end of her eyelashes, and that's how it ended up coming loose. Since then I haven't really had issues with her eyelashes, thankfully. And I did manage to repair her too, but again, it's imperfect. But what makes me think it's not just me is that the same exact thing happened to Lyra when I got Lyra. Because she was the first Ashton Drake. I barely interacted with her for a while of the time that I had her. And I didn't change her clothes, anything, for a very, very long time. All of her clothes, none of them go over her head anyway, thankfully. But I didn't interact with her for a very, very long time. And even when I was barely interacting with her, like, I just pick her up on occasion, her eyelashes started to come loose. So I remember at the time being really confused, but obviously I don't know what she went through in her previous home or homes. I was not her first owner. I got her secondhand. So I don't exactly know, I guess, what she's been through. I don't know. But that makes me think that it is possibly the glue that Ashton Drake uses as well. And like, Ashton Drakes are not going to be of the best quality of all, because they're more affordable than like most reborns are. And it's because they're factory-based dolls as well, you know. They're not done by hand or anything like that, really. So it's hard. It's hard with Ashton Drakes, because obviously you can't complain too much, because I mean, they are still fairly expensive, so you want decent enough dolls, and they are decent enough dolls, and like, this isn't irreparable damage. It's just a shame that, like, obviously it gets repaired in a way that makes it an imperfection, you know. Like, I could have sent them off to like a doll artist or something to get them fixed, but that costs money, you know. That costs money, and it's just an unfortunate thing. It's just an unfortunate thing. Like, this isn't me trying to be negative against Ashton Drake. Like, if I do get Ashton Drakes in the future, I'm gonna be extra careful, because I feel, as I said, I feel like it's not just them. I feel like part of it is me, especially in terms of like how soon this happened. So like, for example, I'm now keeping I'm keeping both Shuri and Abby in like sleepers and stuff when I can. Obviously she's not in a sleeper at the moment, but I changed her into this yesterday, and like, whenever I put anything over her head, like, this was the only part of it that went over her head. So when I did that, I was just really, really careful. I make sure her head goes neatly through, that there's no contact directly with the face. And I'm just, so when I change her again, I'll probably change her into a sleeper. I'm gonna leave them in, I mean, I usually do anyway. Recently, like, I've usually just left them in clothes that they've been in for like a couple of days or whatever. I don't change their clothes that often. Like, it's not an everyday thing most of the time, but I could keep them in their clothes for a little bit longer, maybe, just so that they, you know, there's even less risk, essentially, and that they're preserved even more for like a longer period of time. But we'll see how things go. But yeah, that's my little video, guys. I just thought I'd update you. Like, Ashton Drake, like I said, is not a perfect company. Like, I know I've had instances, I've had people message me, they've had eyelash issues with their Ashton Drakes, and they've questioned it as well, because they were like, well, I didn't think I was being that rough. There was one instance with a person I saw on there. She had she bought an Ashton Drake doll, and the dye they'd used, some of the dye that they'd used on his clothes had actually gone through and stained part of the doll, which was not good. But you can't moan too much, because they're expensive, so I mean, you kind of can, but they're more affordable than most, and they are factory dolls, so that's like, it's pros and cons, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for watching this, guys. I just thought I'd let you guys, obviously Shuri isn't in, I'm probably not going to be doing roleplay videos or anything that much anyway, or videos where like you see close-ups of their faces, so that's not too much of a good deal. Shuri's just in a sleeper at the moment, and I'm probably going to keep her in that until I change her, and if I do change her, then it'll probably be into another sleeper. I'll probably leave her in that one for like a few days. So but yeah, thanks very much, guys. Thanks very much. I hope this didn't make anyone too sad. I know you guys love Shuri. I still love all of my dolls no matter what happens, but it's just unfortunate when stuff like this happens, you know. But you live and you learn. Everyone makes mistakes, and we grow from them. And learn from them, and hopefully my new sort of handling of them will help reduce stuff like this happening again, you know. Obviously some people might be saying, oh, you can just order another Shuri, but I mean, that's dishing out another fair bit of money to get a replacement. And I've bonded with this doll. I haven't just bonded with the particular doll type. I've bonded with Shuri specifically. So it's like, I don't want to replace any of my dolls with just a doll that looks exactly the same, because it's not going to be the same to me. But yeah, I hope you guys understand. I'm sorry if anyone's upset at me and blames me for this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.